Let's be brutally honest for a moment. I want you to look at your phone. Look at that chat history with him. How many times have you typed out a message only to delete it and rewrite it 5 times just to make sure you didn't sound too demanding? How many times has he canceled plans on you at the last minute or left you waiting for hours, and your response was a cheerful, "No worries, we can do it another time"? How many times have you offered to split the bill or drive to his place or rearrange your entire schedule just to fit into the tiny, convenient window of time he offered you? You do this because you have been sold a lie. You have been convinced that the way to a man's heart is to be the cool girl, the girl who is low maintenance, the girl who goes with the flow, the girl who never complains, never requires anything, and is just happy to be there. You think that by lowering your price of admission, you are making yourself a good deal. You think that if you make it incredibly easy for him to love you, he eventually will. You are auditioning for the role of his girlfriend by proving how little burden you are. But let me ask you, if this strategy works so well, why are you watching this video? If being the cool girl is the secret to commitment, why is he still treating you like an option? Why does he take hours to reply to your texts while you reply to his in seconds? Why does he seem to put more effort into his friends, his hobbies, or even random women he just met than he puts into you? Here is the uncomfortable truth that society forgot to tell you. Low maintenance attracts low effort. By trying to be easy to love, you have actually made yourself easy to forget. You are not being the dream girl, you're being the placeholder. You are the woman he kills time with until he meets the woman who actually challenges him, the woman who requires more. You are terrified that if you ask for anything, he'll leave. But the irony is, he's already halfway out the door because you have given him absolutely nothing to work for. You have handed him everything for free. And in the economy of human desire, things that are free are treated as cheap. It is time to kill the cool girl before she kills your spirit. It is time to stop auditioning for a man who hasn't even bought a ticket to the show. To understand why your go-with-the-flow attitude is failing, we need to stop looking at this through the lens of romance and start looking at it through the lens of economics. Value is not inherent. Value is determined by the cost of acquisition. Imagine you're walking down the street and you see a cardboard box labeled free. Inside, there are brand new watches. You might take one, you might wear it for a day, but if you lose it, you won't care. If it scratches, it doesn't matter. It was free. There was no sacrifice involved in getting it. Now imagine you have to work double shifts for 6 months to save up for a vintage Rolex. You researched it, you waited for it, you sacrificed for it. When you finally put that watch on your wrist, you treat it with absolute reverence. You don't leave it on the bathroom counter. You don't let it get scratched. The watch is the same object. The value changed because the investment changed. When you are low maintenance, you're essentially putting yourself in that cardboard box on the sidewalk with a sign that says free. You are telling him, you don't need to work for me. You don't need to plan dates. You don't need to woo me. I am already yours. And you believe, wrongly, that this makes you a good deal. But in the male brain, this triggers a subconscious alarm because in the real world, things of high value are never free. If you're offering yourself at a discount, his instinct says there must be something wrong with you. He wonders, why is she so desperate to be chosen? Why is she making this so easy? This connects directly to the biological hunter instinct. We hear this term a lot, but most women misunderstand it. It's not just about the chase, it is about the conquest. Men are dopamine addicts. They crave the chemical rush that comes from solving a problem, overcoming an obstacle, and earning a reward. When you remove the obstacle, you remove the dopamine. If he sends a lazy text at 11 p.m. and you reply instantly, you have denied him the opportunity to wonder about you. You have denied him the thrill of waiting. You have denied him the chance to earn your attention. You're probably thinking, but if I play hard to get, or if I demand too much, he'll just leave and find someone easier. Let me crush that fear right now. Yes, some men will leave. The lazy men will leave. The men who only wanted a quick hookup will leave. The men who are broke, emotionally and financially, will leave. Good. Let them leave. You are not a clearance rack item trying to appeal to bargain hunters. You are a luxury asset. The customer who walks out of the Ferrari dealership because he can't afford the car is not the customer Ferrari is worried about losing. When you raise your standards, you are not repelling love. You are filtering out the men who cannot afford you. You are filtering for the man who wants to invest because he knows that the only things worth having are the things he had to work for. Stop robbing him of his masculinity by doing his job for him. Stop planning the dates. Stop driving to his house. Stop initiating the texts. Every time you overinvest, you are training him to underinvest. You are teaching him that your currency is worthless. It is time to trigger a market correction. You have probably seen that famous monologue from the movie Gone Girl, the one about the cool girl. The cool girl is hot. She loves football. She eats burgers but stays a size 0. She never gets angry. She never nags. She smiles when you cancel plans. She is a fantasy, a fabrication designed by men for men. The problem is that millions of real women like you, are trying to twist their real human emotions into this plastic mold. You are suppressing your natural needs to perform a role that is killing you inside. Let's look at the difference between the chill girl, who is actually terrified, and the high-value woman, who is genuinely unbothered, in 3 common scenarios. Scenario 1, the late reply. He takes 6 hours to text you back. The chill girl, she spends those 6 hours staring at her phone, analyzing his last message, asking her friends if he hates her. Her anxiety is at level 10. But the moment he finally texts, "Hey," she replies in 2 minutes with a smiley face, terrified that if she makes him wait, he will disappear. The high-value woman, she didn't notice he took 6 hours because she was busy building her empire, working out, or reading. When she finally sees his text, she doesn't feel relief, she feels evaluation. She replies when it is convenient for her. Maybe that's 2 hours later, maybe it's the next morning. She mirrors his investment not as a game, but because he is not her priority until he earns it. Scenario 2, the flaky date. It is Friday, he texts you at 5 p.m. "Hey, sorry, work is crazy. Can we reschedule tonight?" The chill girl, she is crushed. She put on makeup. She kept her evening free. But she types, "No worries, let me know when you're free." She rewards his bad behavior with kindness. The high-value woman, she sees the cancellation as data. She realizes he is disorganized or disrespectful. She replies, "That is unfortunate. I guess we will have to leave it for another time." And then she goes out with her friends or enjoys her own company. She does not offer a new date. If he wants to see her again, he has to work twice as hard to rebook her. Scenario 3, the bill arrives. You are at dinner. The check comes. The chill girl, she immediately reaches for her purse. She does the fake, "I can get this" dance. She wants to prove she isn't a gold digger. She splits the bill 50-50, even though she spent $100 on hair and makeup to be there. The high-value woman, she employs the wallet pause. When the check arrives, she continues sipping her wine. She assumes he's a gentleman. She looks at him with a soft smile and says, "Thank you for dinner." She knows that her presence is the gift. She understands that a man who counts pennies on the first date will count pennies when you are pregnant or sick. She filters him out immediately. Do you see the difference? One is acting out of fear of loss. The other is acting out of self-respect. The chill girl is exhausted. The high-value woman is energized. So, how do you escape the prison of the nice girl? You do not do it by being nicer. You do it by integrating your shadow. You do it by accessing your dark feminine energy. Dark feminine energy is often misunderstood. It is not about being evil, manipulative, or toxic. It is about being protective. It is the part of you that refuses to be a doormat. It is the part of you that has boundaries made of steel, not straw. The light feminine is nurturing, accommodating, and soft. It is beautiful, but without the dark feminine to protect it, it gets exploited. You have been operating 100% in the light, and that is why you are exhausted. To become the woman he is terrified to lose, you must become comfortable with being the villain in his story. The first step is mastering the most powerful word in the human language, no. The low-maintenance girl thinks no is a confrontation. The femme fatale knows no is a complete sentence. When you decline an invitation that is last minute, you do not need to lie. You do not need to invent a fake headache or a sick cat. You do not need to write a paragraph apologizing for having a life. You simply say, I can't make it, or that doesn't work for me. And then, and this is the hardest part, you shut up. You stop talking. You let the silence hang in the air. In psychology, silence is a vacuum. Anxious people rush to fill that vacuum with explanations because they feel guilty. Powerful people let the vacuum exist. When you say no and stay silent, you force him to sit with your boundary. You force him to realize that your time is not a public resource he can access whenever he is bored. You must also embrace the power of withdrawal. When a man pulls away or treats you with low effort, your instinct is to chase, to fix it, to ask, is everything okay? Stop. When he gives you silence, you mirror him with silence, not to punish him, but to protect yourself. When he gives you distance, you do not build a bridge, you build a wall. This is not a game. This is self-preservation. You are demonstrating that your warmth is a privilege, not a right. When he steps up, he gets the best of you. When he steps back, he gets the absence of you. He needs to feel the coldness to appreciate the heat. He needs to fear losing you to understand the value of keeping you. You have to be willing to lose him. That is the ultimate secret. The moment you are truly willing to walk away from a man who does not meet your standards is the moment you become the most attractive thing in his universe. Because for the first time, he realizes he does not own you. He has to win you every single day. Listening to this video is the easy part. The hard part begins the moment you put your phone down. That is when the old habits will creep back in. That is when you will feel the urge to double text him just to get a hit of validation. That is when you will feel the crushing anxiety of silence and want to break it with being nice. You cannot reprogram decades of conditioning with a single 10-minute video. You need a system. You need a daily manual that tells you exactly what to do, what to say, and how to act when your emotions are trying to sabotage you. I have created that manual for you. It is called the Femme Fatale Code. This is not just a book. It is a tactical blueprint for your reinvention. Inside, I go much deeper than I ever could in a video. I teach you the triangle method, a body language hack that bypasses his logic and triggers his desire instantly. The Siren eyes technique, how to look at a man in a way that makes him nervous and obsessed. digital seduction scripts, the exact text messages to send when he pulls away to make him come running back, the princess treatment protocol, how to train a man to invest in you financially and emotionally from the very first date. You have two choices right now. You can close this video, go back to your old patterns, and continue begging for breadcrumbs of attention from men who do not deserve you. Or you can decide right here, right now, that you are done being the placeholder. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment below to get your copy of the Femme Fatale Code. It is time to stop waiting to be chosen. It is time to choose yourself. It is time to become the woman he is afraid to lose. I will see you on the inside.